Welcome to 3D Graphing with Maddie and Yena, where you learn about 3D graphing.
3D Graphing by Maddie and Yena. On the left here, we have a two-dimensional graph, which is basically just a regular graph that we see every day that we're using in math all the time. Over here, we have a 3D graph, which is graphing just like this 2D one, except we're adding depth, which is z. So usually people use this in engineering to help make things from 2D, which is like this, to 3D, which is three-dimensional.
So these are some examples of 3D graphing. So on the left here you see 3, 4, and 5. In this case, x is 3, y is 4, and z is 5. So on the graph, on the x-axis we have 3, on the y we have 4, and then the depth, which is z here, is 5. So the point is right there. On this one, it's the same as the one on the left, except it has different points. So x is 5, y is 4, and the depth, which is z, is 10. So as the other graph was, the x here is 5, the y is 4, and the depth here is 10. So the point is right there. Same as this, it is 2, 2, and 2.
So over here, one of our problems is y equals 1. So this line right here indicates y equals 1, where x is anything and y is just 1. And then over here, we have it in three-dimensional graphing, which y is still 1, as you can see, and x is still anything, but z, the other dimension we added, the depth, is also anything. So it creates this plane right here where this is where all the possible points for y equals 1 could be. So now we're going to start plotting a point. So first we're going to start with x, which in this case is 1. So here we're going to go down to 1 on the x, and we're also going to go to the 4 on the y, which is the next point up here. So Yena is gonna put a point right there to remind us exactly where we're going. And then our next point is 3, which is the z. So right now we have what we usually have on a 2D graph, but now we're gonna add the depth to it. So now we're gonna go up to 3. So she's drawing the dots to show exactly where you're gonna go. And right where these two lines intersect is the point that we were trying to go for. So that point right there is 1, 4, 3. So it goes x, y, z. And that's exactly what this is.
So these are some examples of how 3D graphing can be used in real-life scenarios. So construction workers can use 3D graphing in architecture to help them plan and build homes. Also, builders can use 3D graphing to help them build furniture and other household objects.
So now we're going to plot a negative point. So you see x is -2, y is -3, and z is 4. So right here, there is the 0, so that indicates positive and negative. So we're first going to plot the -2 point, which is right about there. And we're going to go all the way up to -3. I get them down. I don't really know. So it's right about there. And then we're going to go up to 4, which is the z, as you already know, the depth. So where these two points intersect is exactly where our point is going to be. It's going to be right about there. So that's -2, -3, 4. And that is how you graph negative dimension. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Yena and Maddie Teach You Math. I hope now 3D graphing makes a little more sense than it did about 4 minutes ago. Thank you for watching. Please come again.